Hi drummers, Gary Williams is here again. I want to talk with you about what I call spiritual drumming experiences. What do I mean by that? Well, when I was a freshman in college, I had a guitar player friend of mine who was in my music theory class, and we were study partners. He came in one day and said, "Oh man, you've got to hear this drummer on this album I just bought." And the album was by a guitarist named Alan Holdsworth, and it was called Road Games, and the drummer was Chad Wackerman. Pretty appropriate drum name. I'd never heard of this guy, Chad Wackerman, but he just went off on it and promised me that he would bring the record the next day and let me borrow it so I could listen to it. So he did. I started listening to this album, and literally tears started to well up in my eyes. I was just in shock and awe at not only what I was hearing in terms of the skill level of his drumming, but I was also mostly amazed at how he created the drumming parts that he did. In other words, it was almost as impressive not only how well he was playing what he was playing, but the fact that he could even come up with the ideas to begin with. So that was an amazing experience. So I continued to listen to that album over and over and over, just trying to absorb all the crafty, amazing, innovative ways in which Chad Wackerman was playing the drums. I got to go see him play live with that group, which was an amazing experience. And he was the first drummer I ever saw that used a right set of hi-hats that were partially closed, kind of a loose sizzle hat. And also the first drummer I saw that used an inverted china with like a 14-inch hi-hat cymbal inside of it, creating that sort of gated sound that Terry Bozzio is very popular for. So those were two things that were new to me in terms of sound options, which eventually I incorporated into my setup because I just liked them so much. The second spiritual drumming experience I had was going to a Percussive Art Society clinic in Hollywood, California in about 1984. And I was able to watch Vinnie Colaiuta play, and that was just almost more shocking. It really was. He had a bass player named Tim Landers playing with him, and then he played along with a recording. And it was just incredible, the kind of stuff that he was playing on the drums. I'd never heard anybody play the drums like that. And I actually recorded that particular clinic and listened back to it quite a lot, as I always did, trying to understand what the heck's going on. And actually that clinic and the music was the inspiration for my band Ecstasy in Numbers, which came out of really being inspired by seeing Vinnie Colaiuta play that way. And then my third spiritual drumming experience was watching Horacio El Negro Hernandez. He's from Cuba, and he's this amazing drummer that's capable of maintaining a left foot son, or actually rumba clave pattern, either 2-3 or 3-2, with his left foot on a cowbell bass drum pedal. That was a huge inspiration because I'd never heard anybody with that level of coordinated ability, because he could literally keep that left foot 2-3 rumba clave going with the cowbell, and then the other three limbs were completely free, and it was just shocking. And so eventually I went through a book he wrote called Conversations in Clave, which is basically based on Gary Chester's New Breed. In fact, when I met Horacio, he talked about it being a Afro-Cuban new breed. So he based the same concepts of systems and using the voice and right and left-hand lead and all this great stuff. So I wanted to share this with you because to this day, I still have very vivid memories of hearing and seeing these drummers play and just being so shocked by what they did internally to me. You know how that expression, whatever pulls your chain. Anyways, these guys did. And whatever it was about their playing, I don't know, but it just really spoke to me on a very, very deep level as a drummer. And it's had a huge impact and influence on my approach to drumming and the direction I wanted to take with my playing. Do you have any drummers that have really moved you almost to tears because of the way they played? You might. I would not be surprised if you did, because I think I'm not alone in this, where you hear something that just touches your heart on a level that nothing else does. So to this day, I still really enjoy the genre of fusion music, which is a mixture of, rock, funk, rhythm and blues, jazz, and world beat music. So it's fusing together all these different styles, and it's really because of these particular drummers and many, many more for sure, but these three drummers really did something to me. So if you've got a drummer that's really speaking to your heart, and you'd really like to understand what they're doing, then perhaps you should private message me and share with me a video of them. That's one of my areas of expertise, is that I can usually listen to somebody play and watch them and pretty quickly figure out what they're doing. And then I can even transcribe it and then sit down and break it down and demonstrate it and show you how it looks on paper. That's what I love to do. So consider that. That's my invitation, bringing your drumming passions to me, and I will help you actually live them. Okay, guys, stay nice to yourself, keep practicing, and have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.